What's up, guys? Welcome to Your Adventure Compass. Today, we're on another Michigan road trip adventure. And right now, we're in Lansing, Michigan. Our first stop brings us to a unique restaurant called Golden Harvest. Now, what makes this restaurant unique is all of the stuff that is covering it. It is like covered in all kinds of crazy, unique finds, I guess you could call them. Some antiques, some unique things, some just random, like there's a crutch over the window. There's some wooden clogs. And then I see a metal rooster up there. There's looks like a radiator fan, an old pedal car. Look at the old metal pedal car up there. That's kind of cool. We've got some, I think that's a bouncy horse. I don't think that's a carousel horse. He looks like he's plastic. There's a trumpet up there, a bicycle, hubcaps, an eat sign, all kinds of interesting stuff. And we're going to start out today by getting some food here at Golden Harvest. And take a look at the front. They have a cool moon up on top there. That's really neat. There's all kinds of signs, almost so many signs you got to figure out what's going on. I also noticed that on the door it says please wait to be seated. And they're very small. Sometimes it gets busy. And I think that's because this is kind of an industrial area. And there's several factories right across the street. In fact, I'll pan over real quick and show you guys. There's just a little warehouse type place here. There's a cement factory over there. There's a railroad. There's a warehouse back over there. But it's kind of located in the middle of all this, and I think that is what makes this place very busy around lunchtime. But right now there's no line, so hopefully we're going to head in without any issue and grab us some food. Well, guys, I take that back. They are not open. The door is locked, unfortunately. It does say please wait to be seated Thursday through Sunday. Today is a Friday, and it is just shortly after 1 o'clock, not 2. But unfortunately, it looks like they're closed, so no lunch for me. We'll have to try this another time, and hopefully we'll see if we can come back and try it then. Just point out some of the other stuff on the outside. There's an old cell phone. Yeah, I think that's a real cell phone. Check that out. It's kind of neat. Kinds of there's a lunchbox, metal lunchbox. There's a Bart Simpson up there. A little toy gun, another fan blade, and there's a toy limousine. If you guys can see that one. All kinds of weird stuff. There's a pogo stick. I haven't seen those in a while. There's an actual pogo stick there in front of that railroad sign. Up here, got looks like some sort of doll or mannequin riding a bike. Got some skis. There's a pan and a bunch of other stuff. Once again, this is Golden Harvest in Lansing, Michigan. And unfortunately, like I said, they are not open today. What a shame. Well, guys, it sucks that we couldn't try the food here. It has pretty decent ratings. It's not like a 5-star restaurant, but I think it's a 4.5. That's not that bad. So unfortunately, we didn't get to try it. They had some delicious looking stuff on the menu. I really wish I could have, but again, you just never know with these places. You never know what's going on from one place to another. They're just, it says they're open, but they're not. So I don't know. There's even lights on inside. I checked the door. It is definitely locked. The deadbolt is locked, and I didn't see anybody inside, but we did get to see the outside. And that's a lot of the draw for this location, is seeing all the unique things just kind of plastered all over the outside of the building, the graffiti and everything painted on the outside. The good news is the next 2 locations we're going to won't be closed because they're not like businesses where you have to go inside or anything like that. Both of them are still physically there too. So you're going to want to watch these. These are some interesting places coming up. Well, the next stop on our road trip adventure brings us to a place that might look pretty similar to some of the places I've been in my last road trips. However, this holds a memorial to a very sinister act that took place a long time ago, and unfortunately has made Michigan a very unfortunate record holder. Over here we have a memorial at this park here, and this one's for the veterans. But there's something else here in this park that is quite horrible, quite sinister. And there's a sign over here describing the details of what happened. And this particular incident took place not even 100 years after the founding of this city, which is Bath, Michigan. And this talks about the Bath school disaster. There was apparently a farmer who was very angry about his taxes, and he decided to, I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to point to it because I don't want to get demonetized on this video. And unfortunately, we here in Michigan, this particular town holds the record for the most tragedies at a school. And I think the number was somewhere around 45, including teachers and students. This took place back in, looks like 1927. So after reading a little bit more and looking at another placard, it says in here in the headlines, May 19th, 1927. However, the tragedy took place on May 18th of 1927. And there's another placard over here that memorializes all the people who lost their lives that day. Looks like there were three teachers, and in the middle there at the bottom, 2 citizens. So I'm assuming they were adults, and the rest, unfortunately, were all school-age children. Quite sad, actually. There's one more thing that I want to show you guys here, but I just want to briefly mention, if you're in a school or you know somebody in school or something like this even sounds remotely possible, like it's happening, tell an adult. Don't have regrets later. Let somebody know. Stop the craziness, the insanity. Don't let this happen. Do what you can. Do your part to be aware and talk to somebody about it. And straight here in front of me, this is the top of the schoolhouse that was blown up. They were able to either save this, or it wasn't destroyed in the explosion. There's another one down here. Let's see what this says. Dedicated to those that lost their lives as a result of the Bath school disaster on May 18, 1927. This was put here in 2002. And it looks like there is a picture of the school. That's what I was wondering. It's the cupola. Not familiar with that term. I would have called it a steeple, but yeah, cupola. The peak of the school. It looks like it's a fairly big school. It appears from reading this was all 12 grades and built in 1922. Part of the building survived, and they added on to the surviving part, and it basically became a school again, which, wow, that's terrible. I can't imagine anybody wanting to go to a school where that happened, but this was part of it right here. Looks like they've painted it many times. The paint is very thick on here, but if this was up on top, I'm assuming this was the portion that was damaged. Maybe this portion was okay, and they just added this part back on or something to that extent. And reading in here a little bit further, it talks about how in 1975, this was torn down and replaced with a new school in a different location. So wherever this location was, it doesn't mention it exactly. It does say it was torn down in 1975 and replaced by a new school east of town. It's kind of sad that we hold the record for lost life at a school, but it did happen a long time ago, and the best we can do is make sure that never happens again. I also noticed there's a bunch of these podium-style signs, and I don't know what they're about. Some of them are knocked over. It looks like maybe the wind forced them over, like 1, 2, and 3. They're all blowing the same direction, so I'm assuming it was wind. But let's see what these are. Oh, this is awesome. This is like one of the storybook trails. We did this before. This one's called Explorers of the Wild. And this must be page 15. This is where you kind of walk around, you get a little exercise and read a book at the same time. So I'm assuming this is 15. This one's knocked over. This is probably 16. Let's set it upright and see. Yeah, they're top heavy. That's why they didn't stay. Yeah, this one's 16. Not only is it top heavy, but it's not sitting on level ground. Yeah, this one's 16. So there's quite a few of them here in the park. They go all the way around to the other side. We're not going to do that today. So there's quite a few of these storybook areas that go all the way around the park. We're not going to go around and read them all. Been there, done that. We did that in another video. I think that was back in 2021 when everything was closed and it was hard to do anything. That was one of the few things I found that we could do is we'll go to a park. They were spread out over a great distance. I think we walked 3 miles or something like that. It was a long walk. It was through this nature trail. And it was interesting. It was good to get people out and exercising after everybody had been cooped up. But also, you know, a little odd too. It still wasn't back to normal. Well, guys, we've got one more spot we're going to check out. It's back to Lansing. Each of these spots, by the way, is only maybe 10 to 15 minutes apart. Not too bad of a drive if you're looking to come out and check some of these out. In the Lansing area, you're looking at maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to hit all of them and spend a little time at each one. I'm in my other car today, and I don't have Big the Foot with me in this car. Instead, I have Bucky. Bucky seems to be my mascot. And ever since we went to our first Buc-ee's, I think it was 2 or 3 years back, Bucky has been our guide on tours. And here's a really odd thing. He spins. He's got like a little chain he hangs from, but he can spin in any direction and stay there. And the odd thing is, he always seems to point towards a Buc-ee's. And maybe that's because Buc-ee's for us, there are none in Michigan. And all of them are south, but he always seems to face south no matter what direction I am going. So kind of an interesting thing. If you haven't been to a Buc-ee's, oh my gosh, you are missing out. I can't wait. They got a new one that's supposed to be, I think it's opening any day now in Ohio. I actually thought about going to the grand opening, but when I saw they'd have to either leave the night before or at like 4 a.m. just to get there for opening, I'm not going to that, unfortunately. But we will be going there later this year, so we'll check it out then. We're just not going to make the grand opening. Well, guys, our final stop today brings us to the thumbnail for the video. And we are, again, in Lansing. And this location even has its own Facebook page, believe it or not. This is Big Penny, the truck-eating bridge. And it has munched on over 70 trucks since 2004. The reason? It's only 12 feet clearance. And so many of these trucks, in fact, I'm staring right now on the other side of this camera at a waste management facility that handles the garbage, the big garbage trucks. Imagine if one of those turned the wrong way, just maybe 150 feet down the road, and went this way. Total disaster. There are so many images of trucks thinking, oh, yeah, I'm less than 12 feet, and they weren't. Getting crunched under this bridge. There's cars that are going underneath, but not many trucks, not many big vehicles. We've got one here coming up that might be a little bit smaller. Let's see. Now he made it. As you guys can see, the bridge has teeth because it has munched on so many trucks. The bottom of that bridge is missing a little bit of concrete from all the smashes. Oh, look at the UPS truck. He's got it. He clearanced, no problem. 12 feet is actually a decent distance, honestly, unless you're a semi-truck, garbage truck, or some machinery hauler. There's also images painted inside the bridge here. And I'm gonna put a link. So if you guys wanna look this up and see some of the images, I'm gonna put a link to Big Penny's Facebook page in the video description so you guys can see some of the images of the trucks that have been munched. It's cool because they have all this artwork. And the other thing is right on the other side of this bridge is the Potter Park Zoo, Lansing's Zoo. Now let's take a walk through here, and you can see the teeth are on both sides. So they've got it here. You can see the damage to the underside here. They've got different animals painted on the sides here, and there's a plaque as well. So let's see what the plaque says. It tells when this was built back in 1928. Pennsylvania Ave and GTTR. Pennsylvania Ave and GTRR. I'm not sure what the GT stands for, but the RR is railroad. Built by Anderson and Company, Chicago, Cleveland. And then right down there, 1928. Report emergencies. Wonder how many times they have to do that. A peacock feather here. The other side's painted, even the middle's painted. You can see some seals down there. There's an eagle and a giraffe and a couple other things. And over here, we've got Big Penny's teeth. See, she's been munched from both sides. Look at all this. You can see all the decay of that concrete from getting hit so many times. And on the underside, look at all the scraping. Look at all that. Oh my gosh, tons of it. It's starting to show some wear for sure. I wonder how much longer they're going to leave this before they have to redo it. And tons of scrapes under here. And like I said, this is just next to the Potter Park Zoo. There's a walkway here to this small park on the other side of the road. And apparently there are stickers that someone has created for Big Penny. Check that out. It's also another one for City of Lansing down here with Big Penny on it. Pretty cool. A bridge with its own personality. You can see the teeth and the eyes. I missed the eyes the first time, but there are eyes as well. It is a truck munching bridge. And right here is the entrance for Potter Park Zoo. If you guys haven't been to the Potter Park Zoo before, it's a nice, smaller zoo. Not as nice as like the Toledo Zoo, which I've gone into great detail covering in about 5 different videos. And in case you guys are interested, there's the Potter Park Zoo details. Open daily 9 to 5. All right, guys, I pulled up the Facebook page of Big Penny. And you can see there's the bridge, and there's a truck stuck underneath it there. That one's not so bad, but it can be so much worse. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, I wonder how they even got that out. That's terrible. And there's tons of images like this. There's another group of images there. Yeah, just absolute tons and tons of them. Look at that. Apparently the bridge is also known to flood quite a bit of times too. God, can you imagine getting smashed under there also while it's flooded? Oh, horrible. Guys, if you're ever in the Lansing area and you want to stop and see the Potter Park Zoo over there, or you just want to come check out Big Penny, don't get munched. If you're driving an RV, be careful. If you're driving a semi, be careful. 12 feet is the clearance, that's it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this fun little video, our little Michigan roadside adventure today. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Click on the compass to get subscribed, see more awesome videos just like this. And remember, adventure is just a short drive away.